All right, maybe we're live. Make sure that everything is working right. There we go, get my URL. Uh-oh, okay, here we go. All right, pop out the chat real quick. Okay, so what are we doing? Exploring trade data. So this is partially for a client, and I'm working on it on a stream because it's actually pretty interesting and uses a couple of different different technologies that I've been wanting to use recently. So what is Comtrade? I guess we can just look at what the UN Comtrade database is first. And basically it's trade data about all sorts of different commodities all over the world. So I can say, show me the annual exports of all commodities from the United States. Can I do that? United States. USA. All right, to the world in the year 2021. Oh, I didn't like that. Can I preview? Okay, maybe it's too much data. So let's see, let's go back. Let's see if I want all the data from the USA to Canada in the year 2021. And see, this is already not my ideal way of surfing data. I want to use an API. Caution, results depend on available reported data. Do we get anything? No. Goods, total. All right. So the moral of the story is that I'm not good at using the UN Comtrade website. I wish I could get it to show something just so I could see what the data format is. It'd be cool if they had some presets of here's an interesting view. That would be handy. All right, show me the annual exports. Maybe this is where I went wrong, the all. Can I do grain? Cereals, grain, yeah, sure. Cereal, yes. Show me all the cereal exports from the USA. I can't type USA. Roll down the USA to Canada. I'm trying to make a search that's small enough that it won't break, I guess. Oh, okay, so I got one result. So we gave almost $500,000 of grain to Canada in 2021. So this is the kind of data it has. It's a long way of saying that. We gave, 100, what is that, almost, 1.8 million kilograms. That's a lot. Exploring the Comtrade data is a little bit difficult, and so I was looking through some different notebooks that had done it before, and I came across this one by Ingrid Burrington, and this is looking at, I believe, cobalt data. So this is the flow of cobalt data in 2000, and you can do it all the way to 2020. And so this is pulling on the Comtrade API. Whoa, look at all that cobalt going to China. This is pulling on Comtrade data. I don't totally understand how exactly. So we're looking at Taiwan, making our lines. This is all cool stuff. So we want to, well, I want to get Comtrade data in a way that it's really easy to explore. This is a notebook I've worked from my colleague Cameron Cruz, who has been working on this data set as well. And so this lets you do kind of what I was trying to do before in the official dashboard, which is in 2020, show me that all the exports from USA, or you can show give me all the exports from Ukraine for all commodities. And it takes a little while to query the API, and we've been experiencing the API not returning values sometimes, or just taking forever to return them. Okay, so Ukraine exports a lot of things to China, Russia, Poland, Germany, Turkey. And then you can also look at specific types of commodities. So if you wanted to look at the live animal exports, where does Ukraine send their live animal exports? Mostly to China, it looks like. but this is kind of slow. So I was looking at SQLite HTTP, which is a little library extension by Alex Garcia, which lets you sort of call APIs and then store them in SQLite and then use dataset to access them, which interests me because I really like using dataset to explore API. It's the way my brain works, and it has a lot of really useful interfaces. You can get JSON, you can get CSVs out of it. You can sort of work on your queries in the dashboard. So what I really want to do is twofold, and so maybe I'll take some notes. I think I have. Here we go. So what I want to do today, the first thing would be I want to learn SQLite HTTP. So that means follow the tutorial. And the tutorial in here, I believe, the part that made me most interested is there's a use case where Alex scrapes the API from the census. And so I want to follow the, I want to get that working locally. So I want to follow census API example. And then I guess I want to practice querying from it. So he gets the census population for every county. And you can imagine in our UN Comtrade data that it's sort of a similar format where we want trade data for every country from an API where we define a commodity or an input country or an output country. And obviously there's some work to be done to figure out what that URL looks like. But basically we want to get this census example working, and I'm going to give myself a little timer. So this is going to be 30 minutes to follow the SQLite, get the census API example, and then I want to do another 30-minute little sprint on trying to get it to work for Comtrade. So this is gonna be the rough shape of what's happening today. I'm gonna set a timer because that helps me stay focused. I haven't live streamed in so long, and it feels weird to talk to yourself in an empty room. It's requires a specific type of mindset that I'm getting back into. So excuse me while I figure out how to do this again. All right, so let's just learn what the SQLite HTTP thing is about. So Alex is just incredible at writing extensions like this and documenting them really thoroughly. So let's just sort of follow the documentation that he wrote, and I'll sort of learn along. All right, so I don't know anything about Go or WebAssembly or any of that fancy stuff, but I'm just gonna there's a dataset client for observable. I don't need that yet. So he has a hosted dataset instance on FlyDev, and so we want to make something similar to that, but probably locally. So I'm going to want a terminal, and let's make a directory to do that stuff. So it'll be dataset census example. All right, and then so I guess I'll need to make my dataset instance, but it's empty. All right, it's dataset getting started. I think there's a command that'll let me just start an empty one. I need a database. Well, can I SQLite make empty database? Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, you can just, okay. Census. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I didn't even start my timer. I'm cheating. All right, so with my little head start, I'm starting on this 30-minute transcript. We're gonna follow the SQLite HTTP tutorial. Okie dokie. So we have our empty census table. That's nice. We just made that. So let's put that over here. And then we have this. All right, so let's keep following this tutorial. So we have our little data set instance. Right now it's empty, and I need to import the SQLite HTTP extension somehow. Probably, I can only assume. And then, okay, so let's try and make a new notebook where we connect to localhost maybe. And this will be blank. SQLite HTTP local data set. So let's get the dataset client. And then I wonder if I can have it connect to my localhost. Where is it? 8001. That'd be, there's also nothing in it. Okay, and now I need a little database cell. Forget how you do database query. There we go. From DB. Oh. That's not what URL Google, don't search it. Okay, so it doesn't like that. I guess it's /census, really though. Failed to fetch. That makes sense. Bad request. Okay, so I am seeing it hit the server when I reload, but it's bad. It says it's bad. I wonder if there's probably a tutorial. Data set client for observable. Blobbity blobbity blue. No examples of running it locally. Well, that makes sense because you couldn't really publish it if it was running. But I just want to explore my data really quick. And time's a ticking. Time's a ticking. All right, so it is making a request. It just is, oh, it just can't do this type of request. So if I do like, I don't know, yeah, that. Okay, so run that in here. Doesn't like that. Run it. Failed to fetch. But it is, sorry, it is running and giving a good response. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so I might need to host this, I guess, or I could just follow along. I could also just follow along in my local instance. So I'm just going to put this here. This is my little empty SQLite database that I feel should be working well, but is not. All right, so let's keep following this tutorial. So can I do this in my local? No HTTP version. Okay, so I don't have SQLite HTTP. That's what's going on. All right. How do I do this? How do I, okay. How to install SQLite extension. No. So how am I meant to add this exactly? Okay, so I need to get SQLite HTTP running in my local instance. That is part of the problem. So where I had somewhere, there we go. So what is this .load? SQLite plugin.load. Okay. So can I SQLite 3 census .load ./HTTP 0? All right. Well, I give up. No, I don't really give up, but I was really hoping that that was what I needed to do. Oh, you can load an extension like that. I can do data set data census.db load extension ./HTTP 0. Did not like that. Okay. And if you want to use as a runtime, download the dylib and load it into your SQLite environment. Okay. All right, so I got to clone this. What do we got in here? What did he say? I need the dylib? Yeah. Donde dylib. Where is that? Oh. Got it. All right, so we have our dylib. Let's move it into the census example. And then try and do the thing that he said. All right. And load it into your SQLite environment. For example, using SQLite CLI, you can load it up. All right, so let's try SQLite 3 census DB, right? And then .load ./HTTP 0. Please spell it right though. What the fuck? All right, maybe with data set. Let me out. Let me out. So maybe now if I do data set, census DB, load extension. I might have an old version of data set also. Zero 062. What's the latest version? 062. Well, goddamn. All right, how to load a SQLite extension. This should not be the part that I'm stuck on. Yo, what up, Alex? Don't you watch me struggle through this? That's not good. Oh boy, I'm just trying to learn how to load an extension. It's not a big deal. I'm bad at SQLite. And I have my dilib, whatever a dilib is. I feel like this is the thing that I'm reading. Things might be very slow right now. I'm not sure what the delay is on the chat versus the like lag time on the stream. Oh, yeah, you're trying to send links. I guess tweet links. Or maybe I can can I make you a user who's allowed to do anything? Ooh. Yeah, maybe now you can send links. You're you're a moderator now. Oh, I need to reinstall SQLite 3. Sweet. No, yeah. Do I want to leave YouTube? I sure do. Ah, amazing. See, this is the power of not working alone. Thank you for your help, Alex. I super appreciate it. All right, so now I got to wait for Brew to do a million things. So what I was trying to do is basically use the SQLite HTTP library to pull in ComTrade data, which is like this UN commodity trade data that comes through this wild API that has like a bunch of cores problems with it. And I just want to get it in a usable form. So my plan is to follow the tutorial in the SQLite HTTP notebook of like doing it with the census. And then hopefully once I get it done with the census, I'll like try and make a new database where I try and follow that same format to get it work for ComTrade. But that's what I'm thinking right now. I felt like I could do that in 30 minutes, but I was wrong. Unless I can do this next part really quickly. But maybe I can, who knows? So I guess the problem was that I was using the built-in SQLite 3, which is garbage, which I didn't even check if it was. I just hardcore assumed. And now Brew is installing a new SQLite 3, and everything's going great. My favorite part of every project is when we get to the part where Brew installs and we get to just watch it for a while. I should put music on. Hold on, we got jams. This will really change the vibes. Whoa, Alex is putting environment variables in the chat now. Okay, this seems good. I'm into this. Okay, wait, so you're saying if I do this, then I don't have to wait every time I do anything with Homebrew? Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff. All right. Oh no. I can do this one at a time. I'm just straight copying terminal commands out of the chat into the command line. Couldn't be better. Do it, paste. Amazing. Yeah, like all my time's getting eaten up by brew install. Let's just read through what we're about to do. So we're gonna check that our version works. So once that happens, then we should be able to access, where's my local, here it is. We should be able to do this HTTP version, HTTP headers situation. Once that function exists, once brew installs. And then I might skip ahead to the census API section, which could possibly be done in 10 minutes, who knows? It's like taking so long. It's like comically long. Musical interlude. All right, so one thing I can do is look up at what my URLs are supposed to be like. So this is what a census URL looks like. Census URL. That's not how you spell census. That's not how you spell census. And then Comtrade URLs look like what? Here we go. See, this is the fun stuff. Shout out to Cameron for doing all this groundwork. So it is. I'm assuming this is like a default situation of the star. This like 4 is like SQLite HTTP magic, maybe? All right, so we want to do something. This is mind-blowing to me. Like, it feels, feel like I'm missing something because it should be more work, but it seems like it's just really easy. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So it's a JSON API, which is like what I'm working with. All right, so I need a URL that actually works just to test this out real quick also. Where's my Comtrade? Here it is. So give me a URL, what I need to look at my network. Good point. So Alex says to look at what this response actually looks at, which is smart because this data, very Bostokian, is exactly in the format. Yeah, it's like, okay. So got it. So we get rid of the first element, which is like our headers. And then from there on, the first is the state and the second is the county. And then I guess the two of these together are the FIPS code. I love it. So it's updating as of embed right now. Like, what is it doing? Okay. Okay, so we need to look at like what a response from ComTrade looks like, so we can sort of make a query that will work within it. So let's see. Oh, this might be, is it from static data? No. Okay, all right, so here's a URL that returns things, that's fun. So let's look at this. This is the ugliest possible way to look at this. Let's put it in the folder that we're working in. This is ComTrade example data. And I don't know, how are the cool kids looking at data these days? No Tmx attach. Yeah. I guess I'll just open it in code because I'm like, wait, shouldn't my data be in there? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so let's just open it. Trying to make everything big so it's readable. Speaking of readable, all right, now we're talking. So we have a validation object and a data set object. And in the data set, each row is like a trade. And it tells you what type of trade, and it has a code for that. So I'm assuming 1 is import and maybe 0 is export, something like that. Guess we'll figure it out. What else? So we need to figure out what the code for our query is going to look like. I wonder if things are still homebrew installing. No, they're done. Look at that. Okay, so back to our original project, which was getting SQLite HTTP to work. Here. Okay, so .load. No, it still says, it doesn't like that. Let me, where's that? Simon Wilson. So, which SQLite? SQLite, not fine. Which SQLite 3? That makes sense. And then, okay, this is fun. Omit load extension. Yeah, I do have that. God damn. If you can brew install SQLite, this won't start, but it won't link it to your path. Command install, but it's not your path. Okay. So this should not have omit. Great. Wonderful. Okay, let's try to run it with the full path like a maniac. All right, whatever. What is this? No, no, open it. It says it can't be opened because it cannot be verified, which I think is very funny. So we're going to have to go verify it real quick in security. Let me in. No, I want to, yeah, let it, stop it, open it. Open it. Let me in. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Gosh. Let me in. I'm used to doing this. There we go. So try again. Yeah, open it. Great. So maybe now when I do this, it'll run? Oh. Very impatient. Nice. All right. Need the load extension. I think I have that in my history. Oh, but this is because I need to symlink the new one. All right. 3 minutes left. Jesus, I wasn't even looking. All right. So it's because this SQLite, this is different from the, whatever, this one. This SQLite is the good one. We love it. It's great. This SQLite is the bad one. We hate it. It's evil. Yeah, bro, how am I supposed to manage this Python nonsense? I need to export the path or whatever. If you need. Maybe, and then like, you know, like just the hard restart. Just exit, just get rid of everything. Hope for the best. All right, I'm back. We're good now. All right, we're so close. Maybe now, if I do SQLite 3, damn it. God damn it. You also do the data querying with SQLite. Yeah, but I want to use the, I do love data set. I don't want to lose that. All right, 5 seconds. Oh, man. All right, so if I do SQLite 3, well, I had those cool commands that Yeah, this. So I need to see omit load extension. Okay, that seems good. I like this. God damn it. Huh. Well, aren't we doing programming? All right, let's just follow Simon's instructions more better. So we have our DB. See, I want to not see omit load extension. But it should, like, okay, so I just ran it. I don't see omit load extension. Do I have to quote it in grep? Yeah, I don't think it. So it has the ability, the standard one has the ability to load extensions now. And it's pointing to the one that's good. You hear my cat meowing? 3.39. Mine's a little fast or more advanced. So the command install, but not in your path. Lives in user local opt in SQLite 3. Which it does. That's user local opt SQLite bin, right? SQLite user local, yeah. Yes, this all seems all good. So let's add SQLite HTML. So let's make their, oh, I do it, okay. Oh, maybe I should, I'll just like reinstall dataset. Python SQLite 3 Mac OS. Should I turning it off and on again? Yeah, that's what I did. Oh, it's not. What the fuck? Brew install dataset. All right. I love hacking. All right, let's try again. Because I reinstalled dataset, and maybe dataset is looking at the right SQLite 3 place. Yeah, but so I'm looking for the omit extension thing, and it doesn't show up. Like I saw it the first time, and then when I reinstalled, it went away. New Python install. New Python install. Oh boy, that's a lot. Yeah, okay. So Python SQLite. Do you have to update it or like change the reference? Does Python have like a, there's like a Python version manager also, right? So Stack Overflow says that I can use something called Anaconda, which I've never used. Maybe I used Miniconda on my friend's Windows machine recently, but I've never, all this Python version management stuff is brutal. Okay, this person says, brew install SQLite. What the fuck is this shit? All right, can you, what, I don't know, what's a virtual environment, Alex? Send me, what do those words mean? I don't know this world. Yeah, that's how I feel. Oh boy. Yeah, what do I, all right, so fucking start, what is Mac OS X SQLite Python virtual, yeah. Studytonight.com, sure. Python is free. What the fuck? And you're saying, okay. Yes. How to use, how to force Python to use recent SQLite version. Compiling SQLite for use with Python applications. Not in Windows. Installing SQLite system-wide will allow all your Python to use the latest SQLite. It's the standard SQLite links against the system SQLite. Okay, all right, man. I'm into it. Let's go. Okay, fun stuff. All right, try again, try again. God damn it. All right. Or is it, I'm doing, should I just copy this? Is that I do the virtual environment start wrong? No, it's a space, yeah. Okay, okay, wait. So should be 3.10.6. And then Python. Wait, 3.SQLite version. Is it 3.10.6? No, it's what the fuck is that? What are you talking about, dude? No, it does say 3.10.6. No, that's the Python. I'm sorry, I'm very stupid. So what's my SQLite version? How do you get out of Python? What's my SQLite version? Oh, it says it when it starts. 3.39. Oh, okay, so it's 2 behind. I mean, so it's clearly not the same one. All right, so Alex's theory that Python is looking at the wrong SQLite version is definitely correct. The real question is, how do we fix it? How do we make it? Why is... What if I don't want to use any Python at all? What if I don't want to do any Python environment nonsense or any of that because it's awful and all I want to do is explore data? What do I do then? Guess I could host it. The cloud? Is the solution the cloud? Okay. Smart. I love it. Let's just do the SQLite 3. Yeah. Open census.db. All right, we're in here. So now we can start doing SQLite 3 thing. Like if I just do some of this stuff. Oh no, but I need to load. HTTP 0. Excuse me. Roger, roger. Got it. So I should just see, we should just see if I can load HTTP version, right? Oh, no. Oh, because I don't have the dylib, because I need to wget it, which Simon will teach me how to do right here. Give it to me, please. Okay, so now we have our dylib. Open census.db.load./http0. Definitely such file. Pretty much for sure. HTML0. Oh, thank you. Sorry. Can I do it the same? Oh, I need. I like just had it. It's in HSQLite. Here we go. So I need to wget this. Oh, no, I don't. Give me the URL. Try again. Yay, we did it. So now we should be able to do the version stuff. Like if I do this. I'm just bad at SQLite is really the main problem. Thank you, semicolon. All right, so we have it. So it's loaded. And I didn't do the no network one. I did the real one. Let's create a snapshots table. So I don't have a snapshots table. I just want to make my own kind of. And that's what I was doing with the, oh, what now? The fuck? What did that do? Oh, man. Oh, man. So this is what my theory was that I could just copy this shit in and it would just, oh, okay, excellent. Got it. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you for your patience with me while I go through this like a caveman. All right, so we can do our query. Okay, so now I need to translate this query to my ComTrade data, and then we're really, really cooking with fire. So what does my ComTrade data look like? My window's so dirty. Let's see. I don't think I need a lot of these things. This can go, this can go, this can go, this can go. A lot of learning how to use SQLite and Python and SQLite and Python and SQLite and SQLite. Okay. So what does my SQLite data look like? This is my example ComTrade query. Goodness gracious, the organization here. All right, and I had this open. So let's see. So in the first thing I need, fuck. I wonder what the JSON each of this just looks like. Like I want to do something like, oh, Jesus. I want to do select from JSON each. And then my crazy URL. Okay. I must have, oh, I forgot my semicolon again. I'm so bad at this. All right, semicolon. Okay, fascinating. This is this is sort of what I'm looking for. So now I want to get the data set out of this. I want it's not an array. I guess I want to know what JSON each does a little bit better, but it's something like select. Is this the data set? Yes. Something like that. Yeah, I didn't think that I would need that comma necessarily. So I just need to better understand how JSON each from the body works. Oh, $ dot. So we'll do dot data set, something like that. Hey, whoa, hey, stop it. JSON each. Okay, should I still do this value stuff or just select? Not select 8, ridiculous. Did I not close it? No, it's closed. So this is JSON each. Got it. So let's try that. Well, I did that. So I have, yeah. I think semicolons. Tell me more. Yeah, because if I do like this, I definitely get my response back. Right, so that's dot data set in there. Is that in a thing though? Like, am I not understanding this data properly? Add a select at the beginning of that statement. The one before. The delay is killing me. Select HTTP get body. Yeah, there we go. Oh, so maybe it has an empty data set? Because it doesn't look great. I see. There ain't nothing in it. But we go to it in our, oh. Okay, so, okay. Valid, super helpful. So my query sucks because this URL sucks. So we need to get a URL that works and is good. So let's grab one. There was one in this ComTrade notebook, maybe? Right at the top. We want something where data shows up. Yeah, failed to fetch, failed to fetch. I might have been destroying. Right. Failed 200. So this is what's so funny. It worked before and now it doesn't work. Unless you change the country it's looking at. Maybe if we look at China. Does it work? It's pending. This is part of the, this is like, okay, yeah, here we go. So this URL does work. And this is part of the reason that I want to use this is to like scrape it into a database where it's static because this API goes up and down. So let's try this way. Select. Okay, sweet. That looks like data almost. What am I looking at? This is in validation. That's inside data set. So we can do the thing that you said to do before, which is at the end of this, do data set. Oh, did that do what I wanted? Oh, no, because that's not how you spell data set. Move that to inside the JSON each call. Got it, thank you. Pair programming is useful. Nope, not save. Nope, not save. Come again? Nope, not. I keep going to save out of muscle memory, and that doesn't help anybody. Okay. Look, I mean, I'm still getting data, but is that right? JSON each. So I shouldn't be getting any like validation data back. Oh, value column? Value is one of a few columns that's useful. Quantity and value. And then also the PT code and the RT code, which are the country codes of the receiving and sending countries. So where's that? Let's see. JSON the SQL helper. Okay, interesting. Ooh, fascinating. Okay. So Alex just sent this on Twitter. Thanks for hanging out, Alex. I super appreciate it. That's like, you can't, couldn't have done it without you. All right, so working with JSON SQL, you can't. Okay, cool. So this is sort of what my data looks like. I had another. Data looks like this. Oops. Okay. This is cool. So this should give me like a JSON format of the thing I need. Or this should like SQLite-ize the data, theoretically. Whoa. Fascinating. Source column name, pad column names. Maybe I'll do it like this. I like the original codes on it. It makes a little bit more sense for me. All right, so let's see. See, the robot's learning. Look at that. Look at that. All right, robot, let's run your code real quick and see what that looks like. And then we can also take some of these things out and only look at the things that matter to us. All right, so this is my long one. Let's make a simplified one. So what I really care about is, I guess I care about the year. Not really though, because it's a part of my request. I do care about RT title and RT code. RT title, and then I care about PT title and PT code. Yeah, these are all good. I don't need the second one though. These are all useless. Commodity code and commodity description are useful. I don't want quantity code or all trade quantity. Let's just do trade value. I don't know what EST code is, or FOB value, or CIF value. All right, so this is, it's still so many things. So this is like a even slightly abbreviated, and then we'll make an even more abbreviated version. And I might take a break for a minute. Put on a record. You guys can listen to a record while I take a break. Let's see. Let's do RT title and PT title. Command description E. Trade quantity and trade value. No commas at the end. Hey, there we go. That's looking pretty rad. All right, well, that's a fun little breaking point. I'm going to put on a record, and I'll be right back in a minute. Let's see what...
ما هي جغي سوفيجان دغمان دلهين أرغان ما هي جغي سوفيجان دغمان دلهين أرغان النيق تنشوش اللولهين زهو لا تدزون نقي مرغيق لا تدزون نقي مرغيق جروي اساس النيق ارغمان ندغل هرغيق جروي اساس النيق ارغمان ندغل هرغيق يا الدنيا إنسان أهدي تسسو في سم يا تطس يا الدنيا إنسان أهدي تسسو في سمن
سكنا وديغ انت فلتقلع دنيا وكي سكنا وديغ انت فلتقلع سكنا جرتا وهي سسلا رنسي باستلا ترها تاني بلش ولا تاني الله رنسي باستلا ترها تاني بلش ولا تاني الله
نعيت معنا ومسجونين مثل الديوان وين جرى تقول انت فلولة سيها أحبابي صبت مطر نبتة الزهور طاب العسل قال يا ضريب نديون ديك هي ورسنا بلال الهلاوي
All right, party people, I'm back. I was thinking a little bit about exactly what I'm trying to accomplish and how to get there. And I'm thinking I might just make a huge node script that scrapes everything I need, because there's two problems I'm facing right now. The first one is that I have to make a request country by country to get every export, and also that data is sometimes very large. My second problem is that the API isn't very consistent. Sometimes it gives CORS errors, sometimes it just doesn't return. So I want to get a data set local to my machine that has at least the data that I'm interested in so I can explore it. And I was playing around with trying to do that with SQLite earlier, and now I want to try and just do it with just Node, I think. So I'm going to try and give that a shot. I'm going to set another timer for half an hour, and that'll probably be the rest of the stream. So let's get that up. Give me 30 minutes. All right, so we have our API, right? And now I want to get a bunch of data at once. So let's make a new file called scrapecomtrade.mjs. And this is going to be how we scrape our Comtrade data. And I think that, I don't know what I'm gonna need. Scrape data with node fetch and Cheerio. What does that look like? Okay. Minute. npm install Cheerio. Oh, that's not how you spell install. npm install Cheerio. npm install node fetch. Great. Sure. I need our URL. Should have a better note of this. I don't know what my country ID is. What is this fed from? Impacts from, no, this one, country text. Oh, country ID 156 is what? China. Yeah, we could do 156. Com ID. Com ID. I don't know what my com ID is. Total? I don't want that to be my com ID. I want a better com ID. Like live sheep. That's a com ID I like. Love it. Okay, so this is live sheep. All right, so one of the first things that I'm probably gonna need is const com IDs to. All right, the robot's thinking of. Okay, is that true, robot? Do you know if those are true? I should fact check those. It wants to do sheep, swine, cattle, agricultural commodities. Hit me up, robot. Wheat, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I wonder if any of these are right. Other tubers, these are all great. And then we want fertilizer and pesticide. That's that an option? Insecticide. Okay, these are all great. I really, truly, and deeply hope that they're in any way accurate. We should spot check some. I just let it go on for so long. All right, so the first thing, we did live sheep. We told it live sheep. It inferred live goats. What is the real country code of live goats? Did it get it right? Is 101420. Okay, so it did live goats right. All right, so let's check wheat. Wheat, it said, was 010111. 010111. No, that's horses, dog. Horses. That's not wheat at all. That's horses. You almost led me very astray. It thinks horses is 0105. Show it to me again. Nope. Show it to me one more time. 0105, which is poultry. All right. So that would have been. You almost tricked me, robot. That would have been incredible if the robot knew all the country codes off the bat, but it doesn't. It's lame. We're gonna have to teach it. So we're gonna need to, where does this list come from? Com select comes from context. Where does context come from? Context comes from this array. Where does that come from? Comes from com list. Where does com list come from? Comes from com URL. It's all coming together. Got it. And com URL is hosted on Cameron's GitHub, and I'm going to promptly steal it. Sick. So these are all the codes. Okay, so I think I only want to do top level categories. So let's try 07, which is potatoes. And then wheat rolls up to cereals, which is 10. 10, which is cereals. Wheat, rice, etc. What else do we want? Potatoes, cereals, coffee. Not extracts of coffee, coffee. Coffee, 09. All right. Tea, latte, and spices. Okay, so these are our, we're just going to start with this cute little list. And then for countries, we kind of want a list of all the countries, don't we? Lucky for us, Cameron already did that work too. There's a country list that comes from a country URL. Great. It's another JSON file that we will steal. All right, so these are our country codes and our country names, which is sweet. So we should just load. Okay. Load all of the available countries from reporting areas.json, which looks like holds. All right, so we got our reporting areas. So I wonder if we can run this node scrape trade. Okay, it's already unhappy. Doesn't like my require. I can use import. So let's do use import instead. Great. Now do it. Country ID is not defined. Well, we don't have to do any of that yet. Show me my reporting areas. Yay, reporting areas. Okay, so it can load things. All right, so basically what we're gonna do is for the commodities that I care about, we're going to get the imports and exports, the imports and exports for all types. Okay, so we need to understand this URL a little bit better. So we have year select. Type commodity, frequency A is annual, I guess. PX is high school. I don't know what that means. What do you think PX is? P is all, RG is 1. I don't know what those things mean. I see. There's two URLs, one for imports and one for exports. Spot the difference. Spot the difference. Type C. Frequency is A. PX is high school. E equals RG is 1. And CC is commodity ID. So it's instead of R is imports. And P is exports. So R is imports. Function. Trade type to code. Trade type. Close robot. What did I say? If it's imports, it's R. And if it's exports, it's P. So now we do trade type to code, import. Great. And we don't do exports or imports, we do import or export. And then we need a trade type up here, const trade type equals import. So that's fun. So now we have the commodity IDs that I'm interested in. We have all of the available countries. We have a URL build. So now we're going to start to want to do some looping. So trade type is going to be import, and then const trade types is going to be export and import. Okay, so it'll be like for every trade type, loop through every country, fetch the data, kill it, killing it, do it, robot. Do it, robot, make it happen. Bunch of thens, but what are you gonna do? Const file name. Okay, so it's gonna scrape all of them into separate files. Which is fine. But let's ask it to do it all into the same file. Combine all of, no, not, there you go. This is cool. Okay, so it writes it to a trade type, and let's see what that happens. All right, it doesn't like it. No search file directory data. It's trying to open it. Okay, it's expecting me to write all the smaller files first. I guess we can do that. Just trying to get the robot to do what I want, because it's not exactly listening. Okay, so now it grabs all the data, adds it to a JSON, and then tries to write it, which is good. Okay. All right, I can't read the JSON because the JSON's not good. All right, so the first URL it goes to, it fails on. What is this URL? Oh, see? This is what happens when things don't work. So I need to figure out a way to make it skip this in 10 minutes. I don't know, to figure it out. So let's see why this data isn't loading. It's probably the first URL that I'm trying. And I got to give it a better first URL to try. I should also have it log more. I'll tell the robot all these fun things. Combine all the data in one big JSON file, log out which countries, commodities, and trade type we are looking at. All right, let's go, robot. Make it happen. Write my huge for loop for trade type. See, not big enough. Not a big enough for loop. Thank you. For more. Do more. Right, for every reporting area, go through each of my commodities. But it writes it. Now we're talking, robot. I like this. I like what you're doing, robot. This is good. And then how do we know we're like totally done? Because it's once we do all of our trade types. So then we do. All right, robot. I believe in you. Give it one more shot. What do you mean the file's been saved? I like how that's the first thing. It's the first thing it wrote. And it just completely dies when I get JSON that's bad, which I don't love. If there's no JSON, stop, give up. And then also this is, I should probably be using promises and really cool stuff. Use, await, and promises and cool stuff like that. This is what I was just telling you to do. Yeah, no, that's what I just said. Great start. Now what? Come on, robot. What do you think happens next? Yeah, that's right, for every trade type, and now for every country, yeah, that's right. And then for every com ID and the com ID, and then you put it into all data. And then you write all data to the file. That's, I mean, not wrong. You're not wrong. Why don't you give it a shot? Okay. It's going through all the URLs. That's fun. I wonder if any of them return data. Yeah, look, some of them return data. All right, so theoretically, I should be getting my sheep, potatoes, coffee, and cereals data for all countries in 2020, except it fucking broke on the bad JSON. Oh, man. Oh, man. Why is it breaking on the bad JSON? So it does a JSON parse on response.json. Unexpected token R. Thank you, yes. What is, well, I know what JSON is, but how do I handle the unexpected token? Give me all the cookies. No, my JSON is not formatted correctly. Now what? Okay, fuck. Const data await JSON. Oh, I do a try and a catch? Wow. Okay, I don't need any of this. All right, try again. Literally try again. What's the file we save into? Scrape.json. All right, so it got through the broken one, just sent me the error and kept on trucking the way it should. I guess this might take a while because it is going through every single country in the world and looking at their potatoes, coffees, and cereals, and live sheep, because I like that one. I guess my plan here is to annoy the UN Comtrade. Oh, you know what I should have added that I didn't think of is a little wait, like a little set timeout. I'm also doing this in like the dumbest possible way. There's like a lot of libraries that help you queue and be polite, and I did zero research, but with 2 minutes left, I'm kind of excited to get my enormous scrape.json file and see, because then I can have data to play around with, right? Because this process that we're waiting for right now, this was impacting my ability to like prototype, because I want to like get all of this at once and then map it and turn it into Sankey charts and all sorts of fun things, which I might do tomorrow if I can motivate to stream again. But I just want to get it all in one place. I'm tired of waiting for the API to respond or not respond, but it seems like it's handling it pretty well. Now, see, sometimes you get these like empty ones that tell you to go to this dev portal URL, and they're like, please stop calling our API like this, you fucking maniac. That's kind of the vibe. So get an authentication token. Oh, I can just get one? Oh, I don't, with my username and password in a get? Probably not. Almost definitely not gonna do that. I mean, whatever, whatever. Yeah, so it looks like we're hitting more and more URLs that Comtrade is not responding to with JSON, probably because I extremely, no, see, look, there I get data again. I'm probably annoying them though. Like I should have added a little wait on it. What are you gonna do? All right, so 40 seconds remaining in this little stream. We're currently pulling together our huge scrape.json file with all of the Comtrade and data in one place. And maybe I can turn that into a SQLite database and then make that accessible through dataset. But I'm probably gonna need to run this again at some point to get like a lot more commodities than I have right now. Because I only grabbed whatever 4. I mean, these two-letter code ones are pretty wide, so they're interesting, but definitely going to come back to this in another stream soon. You can see like all of my API calls are erroring now. Cool. Well, thank you to Alex for hanging out and helping me work through SQLite HTTP. Trying to make this more of a habit, so stay tuned. Hang out some more often. I'll tweet out when I'm going live. I've been trying to just be very relaxed about it and not like set a time in advance and just like do it when I'm in the mood, like when I make an espresso and have a cool project to work on. But it's really nice to have like feedback and people like, again, like having Alex who like made that extension help me work through the installation and all those problems. That is really, that's incredible. It's a blessing. I'm very grateful. So have a great day, everybody. I will